Yo, what's up everyone? This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Compass Studio. Today I got here a model kit from the band, and this is one of my favorite kit from Char Aznavour, and this is none other than Sassy. So I got here this very huge kit. My first time to avail a large kit for Char Aznavour, but I'm still waiting for the Nightingale and the Zeong. So for now, I got here the Sassy from the band, and yep, this is their copy for the Verka model. So there, Mobile Suit Sassy Verka, and this is the band 6631. So this is the code for bootleg Sassy. So let's check this kit out and let's see what this Sassy has to offer us collectors. Found the right kits. So the box art here is the same with the Bandai one. So it's just a copy for that Sassy Verka Master Grade by Bandai. And of course this is a Chinese kit, and there's no other logo here except for the code 6631. Okay, so I did open ready the box, and you can see here the instruction manual. So it says here 6631 1/100 scale, and there it's a direct copy from the Bandai manual, and this is the pattern for the kit's assemble process. Yep, there, very nice. Okay. And it uses articulated hands, the MP2. It's like the Gorilla Hand kit. So there, it's very nice, and it's an intermediate kit to build. It's not that hard if I can judge, but it has so many parts, but not so complicated. So I just remember building my Jagdoga by Quest Paraya, or no, it's Unigos model. So I remember the pattern, some of the patterns here. Okay, so let's check these parts here. We got so many parts here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 packs of runners. So just a quick runner selection here. Since I will not discuss all the runner here, I just like to commend the plastic quality here, as yep, this is a bootleg plastic, as I can feel by touch. But the color, I really like the glossy red finish for this kit, which is very nice. I also like the black glossiness here in this runner here. So the black parts are really nice. It's very smooth and shiny, and I really like it. And also the yellow, I must commend this yellow piece here. It's not so toyish looking, so this is not so freaking yellow color. It's a bit orangey yellow, which is very nice, which I like. And also I really commend this beam tomahawk effect parts. The neon glow for this green, clear green part here is very in par with the Bandai compared with the Epion beam saber effect part, which is a bit dull. This one is very shiny, and I really like it. Catches the aura of a beam saber. And also I must commend this gray parts here. So this is a bit silverish colored part or runner, which is very nice. I really like it. So all in all, the parts are complete, and no breakage for those runners. They are all intact and complete. So let's check this kit, and let's build it once and for all. Let me just add up that it also include this gimmick, this ball here where Char Aznable will be riding, and he was caught by Amuroray by holding this pod. So it's a gimmick from the Char's counter attack. So that's the scene. Okay, and we got here lights for the eyes to make the eyes glow. So it will be placed on or inside the torso. So, nice touch, and there we got stickers. So we got red stickers and slide eagles. So this is the finished product of the Sazabi. So I just finished building this, and mind you, it's very complicated somehow, especially for the leg parts, even though it looks a bit simple to apply, but still, since this is a bootleg direct na kopya from Bandai, so hindi rin siya ganun ka sa fitting issues. Marami siyang minor fitting issues, especially dito sa may back of the leg. Yan dito. Pero so far, madali naman siyang i-build. Hindi siya ganun kahirap buuin dahil walang fitting issues dito sa may upper part. Mostly nandito sa may legs yung kailangan yung pagtuunan ng pansin, especially dito sa mga flaps dito. Sa Bandai, I don't know kung ganun din yung issue, kung mayroong mga hindi madaling ikabit, lalo dito sa mga joints dito. Pero dito sa The Band, medyo may kahirapan, especially dyan sa part na yan. So nag-trim ako dito ng mga pegs, and I sand some of yung mga parang ball joint niya kasi medyo masikip. So iniwasan natin dun yung ma-stuck yung plastic, kasi pag na-stuck yun, mababali siya. And here sa booster, medyo pangit yung fuel tank niya, hindi ganun ka pantay-pantay yung pagkakakabit ng cylinder. Pero it's manageable. Kung gusto mong pinturahan to, pwede mo munang isand before painting the kit. So hindi siya ganun ka rounded, ika nga. Merong mga ridges dito sa part na to, doon sa saan mo kinonek yung tubes. Ang magandang part dito sa Sazabi na to is yung dito sa may torso. Napakadali nung kanyang build process dito, especially yung dito sa waist. I thought yung yellow parts na to ay magkakaroon ako ng problem. Yan. Pero hindi naman. Okay naman so far. Hindi siya ganun ka hirap ikabit. Yan. So dito lang sa arms. Ayan. Alisin ko na lang para mas madaling i-explain. So dito sa arms, by the way, ito yung isa sa mga annoying part na na-encounter ko. Dito sa connection between the bicep or the shoulder part at dito sa shoulder armor, itong connector piece na to. Nilagyan ko siya ng Mighty Band. So Phoenix ko na siya. Since hindi naman to movable part, so yung kanyang structure dito ay intended to be fixed, so I just put Mighty Band para hindi na makalas, kasi lagi ang nakakalas whenever you rotate the arms. Yan. And yung sa kamay, nakakainis yung kamay niya. Hindi maganda humawak ng weapons, and it tends to flop, especially yung joint dito. Yung joint dito sa may wrist, nagpo-flop yan, natatanggal. So, nakakainis siya. Ang plan ko is hindi ko nalalagyan to ng any weapons. Hindi ko na siya pahawakan ng weapon kasi hindi magandang humawak yung kamay na to. Good thing dito sa right arm
or right hand, kaya niyang i-hold yung long range rifle niya. Ito. Mas madali niyang mahawakan. At first, akala ko ito yung mahirap hawakan kasi mahaba nga yung dito sa kanyang part na to. Itong rifle na to mahaba at saka mabigat. Pero surprisingly, mas madali pala niya itong mahawakan compared dito sa shot rifle, yung shotgun na to. Medyo nakakasira ng joint ng wrist kasi itong part na to dito sa likod, bumabangga siya dito sa forearm niya. Alam niyo naman ang forearm na itong Sasabi ay malaki. So yan, medyo pag kinabit ko yan dito, babangga-bangga dito kaya hindi niya na mahawakan ng maayos. Okay. Articulation wise, gusto ko yung articulation nito kasi hindi ganun ka-stuck ang mga joints, hindi ganun ka-stiff. Ayan, for example sa elbow bend, ayan, ang galing. Nakakapag-bend siya ng 180 degrees. Ayan, natanggal na isang fuel tank. Maluwag kasi yung part na yon, so I might glue it later on. Ayan. Tapos, the arms can rotate, yan, 360 degrees. Tapos, can extend yung sa shoulder, can extend outward, and extend inward, ganyan. Tapos, ayan nga, maganda yung kapit ng kanyang joint dito sa may shoulder. Hindi nagsasag, especially dito sa may elbow, hindi nagsasag yung kanyang joint compared sa Sasabi, sa Sinanjustein Verka na nagsasag kasi mahina yung joint niya. Dito sa Sasabi, ang tibay ng kanyang joint, so matatag siya. Dito naman sa waist part, and pwede siya mag-rotate almost 360 degrees. Tapos sa shoulder or sa front skirt, and parang siyang ball joint, naka ball joint yan. Tapos dito sa side skirt niya, ganun din, ball joint din. Pwedeng umangat ng ganito. And dito sa kanyang butt skirt, pwede siyang umangat ng kaunti. Ganito. Bawa kami ngayon, ma. Tapos dito sa kanyang legs, surprisingly, akala ko tulad din siya ng mga earlier or latest master grades, but surprisingly it uses ball joint, so hindi siya maka-rotate, hindi to makaka-rotate ng 360 degrees. Pero ang galing kayang-kaya pa rin naman. Medyo realistic yung kanyang pag-rotate, hindi nga lang 360 degrees. So you just need to lift this up, and it can kick forward up to this far, and lift also this side skirt, and it can kick somehow on this angle. Yun lang, di siya makakapag-perform ng split. Di siya makakapag-split. The knees, by the way, can move up to this far. Ayan, can bend up to this far. Ayan. Ingat lang dun sa kanyang piston dun kasi madali yang matanggal. Kaya hindi ko na masyadong lalaruin yan kasi pag natanggal, babaklasin na naman. So, ayan. Okay. Ayan. Medyo stiff on joint dito sa knees kasi dun sa mga structure na nakakabit sa inner frame or yung paano yung pattern sa structure sa inner frame, so nagkakaroon ng hindrances, kaya ganun, nakakatakot galawin. Ayan na, nag-umpisa ng magsag ang kanyang forearm. Sabi ko nga, medyo saggy yung forearm na yan, yung wrist, at hindi maganda yung kanyang manipulator, in short. Okay. So I will not play with this anymore. Ayan, nagsag na siya. Madali siya matanggal. So let's go with the accessories of this kit. So the kit has this massive shield, and ang laki niya. And yan, pwede siyang karoon ng movement when you put it in the arm, sa forearm. And pwede siyang tilt pag ganyan. Then dito mo ikakabit yung axe. So this axe, by the way, can also split this one. So kung gusto mong dalawang axe siya, and beam tomahawk, ika nga, and pwede siyang may split. But for me, I want to make it as one, and you can put it here sa kanyang shield. Sad to say, you cannot use the beam effect part if you will mount this to the shield, kasi magkakaroon ng hindrances dito sa part na to. Nakatago siya. And by the way, the beam effect part, hindi ko pa ginagamit. We got here beam saber effect part, the long beam tomahawk, and the short beam tomahawk effect. Yeah. So I much prefer to use the short beam tomahawk because this is more, for me, it's much cooler than this long one here. Okay. And beam saber is here in the forearm na yan, yung parang red part na yan dito. Medyo mahirap hugutin na yan once you place, but I didn't try yet to attach the beam saber effect part. Maybe if you attach this, you can pull this easily. Okay. And this beam shotgun here, we got this beam shotgun with a nice gimmick here. It has this yung pangkasa niya. Ayan. Sad to say, ang hirap ipahawak to eh. So hindi ko na to ginamit kasi mas basta ang hirap niya ipahawak dito sa gantong kamay. I might change this kind of hand sooner or later kasi ayoko yung style talaga niyang kamay na yan. And we got the fin funnels. Okay. So the funnels here, ito yung pinakamahirap buuin. Supposedly this is the easiest, but kala mo easiest kasi maliliit, but this is very hard to build. Ang daming kong minodify dito sa part na to kasi unang-una may fitting issues siya. There are so many fitting issues here with these fin funnels, and I sand all the joints, the connector, kasi hindi siya talaga fit. So masyadong maigpit. But now it's almost complete. So what I did here, by the way, is I put Mighty Bond on the, where's that? Yan, yung mga edges na yon, I put Mighty Bond para hindi na siya mahugot. Kasi loose yan eh. Loose siya actually. Ang tight dito, itong mechanism na to. Yan, yung nagpo-push ng panel outward. And ayan. But now it's a bit loose now kasi sinan ko siya. Ayan. So madali na siyang i-move forward and backward. So i-retract. Then we got here this capsule, yung ball capsule where Char Aznavour is sitting. So supposed to be this is in the head, but Bandai and the band didn't intend to make this mapunta sa ulo kasi mahaharangan yung light effect dun sa loob ng kanyang torso. So this one is for diorama purposes where New Gundam can hold this ball. Kung saan nakita natin sa Char Counter Attack movie na ito'y hinawakan ng New Gundam at parang binasketball niya tong part na to. Okay. And finally, there's no more weapon para dito except for these parts here. So So do I recommend this kit for beginners? No. If you want this kit so bad, you can find the Bandai. Maybe Bandai is easy to build, but for the band, medyo mahirap. It takes a lot of skills to finish this piece, especially itong fin funnels. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Golf Studio saying good night. God bless. Take care. Thank you so much for watching this review.